Hello, welcome or welcome back to my channel and welcome to another weekly reading vlog. So today is Monday, February 17th and I am 2/3 into Before They Are Hanged and I definitely want to finish it this week. This is gonna be my main focus, my main priority. I also would, love to start the next book in the series, which is The Last Argument of Kings, which is, right over there, but it's just out of reach and I don't want to get up. So it's gonna stay out of reach. So yeah, I want to finish this one. I want to start that one. And then I also want to maybe read a horror book for a video that I will eventually film. And there is one of my anticipated releases being released this week, tomorrow, to be more specific. And it's called A Dragon of Black Glass, I think. It's the third book in the Moonfall series, but it's also fantasy. So I don't know if I want to be reading so many fantasy books back to back. So I don't know if I will start that this week or if I will just finish these books first and then start that one and read the horror book somewhere in the middle. I'm not entirely sure. I really don't know. And also I'm fighting off a reading slump that I kind of got in last week. But since I'm loving the book that I'm reading, I'm not completely in a reading slump because when I'm reading, I'm loving my time. I just don't feel the urge to start reading. But since I'm loving the book, and especially the pages that I read yesterday, they were absolutely insane. So much happened, so action-packed. It was incredible, honestly. I'm hoping the reading slump will not really get to me and I will be able to read, but I don't really know. Yeah, those are my reading plans. I do have plans for Friday. I'm going to be hanging out with my bestie and two of her friends. So I'm excited for that. And that's everything, I think, in terms of plans, in terms of stuff that's happening. And this week I don't have but to be at the Pi which is always great, always fantastic. I also think I will have my last class tomorrow. Not classes of my PhD program, those are done, thankfully. I actually got my grade of the last one last week and it was such a better grade than I expected. I expected an okay grade, not a really good grade, which is what I got. So that was great. And yeah, that's finished. But the other classes that I'm having, just because it's important for my project, the last one I think will be tomorrow. So that's also exciting. And then I have a meeting on Wednesday. And other than that, it's just, regular work. And yeah, that's it. That is everything. And welcome to the vlog. Hello, so it is Thursday and I have reading updates, which is great. And first of all, I finished Before They Are Hanged. I finished it yesterday and on Monday I read a decent amount and then on Tuesday I read 10 pages. But Tuesdays are always more complicated because it's the day that I edit my weekly vlog, this vlog. So it's always harder for me to have time to read. So I only read 10 pages. But then yesterday I finished this book. I read a whole book, which is a novella, so it's not I read that much. And I started Last Argument of Kings. I read 21 pages. Insane, I know. But, you know, all in all, not doing terribly. So yeah, this one, I loved it. Absolutely loved it. Loved all of the plot lines that were happening. Loved all of the things that I learned from the past. And I'm very excited for like to see how this story is going to wrap up, because there's so many things that are like still very open. Obviously there's still a whole book to go, but yeah, absolutely loved it. These characters are very interesting. I love the world. I love the action scenes. They are all so good. And yeah, I'm very invested. I'm very curious, and yeah, loved it. I think I'm gonna give it 4.5 stars. And yeah, that's it. I actually just filmed like the intro and outro and like the last update for this, like the video of this book, because since I'm gonna be like with my friend tomorrow and part of Saturday, and I'm only gonna get home Saturday like pretty late, I don't think I will have time to film then. So yeah, I did it now. And then the other book that I did read yesterday was The Night Guest, which was a horror novella. And you're basically following Yuan, and she was like, when she woke up, she felt like she wasn't rested at all, and like her muscles were sore. She felt like she had been up all night doing things, walking, moving, whatever. But as far as she knew, she was just asleep until she gets one of those like step counting watches, and one night she actually falls asleep with it. And then when she wakes up, she has walked like 40,000 steps or something during the night. And then when she checks the GPS, and this happens a few nights, she sees that she always goes to like the same area. So she knows that she's like doing something during the night, and she doesn't, like she has no idea what it is, which is pretty creepy. So, you know, I was enjoying it. It wasn't like loving it, but I was enjoying it. I was creeped out. I was curious. But then I really didn't like the reveal. I thought that there were so many better things that could have been the reveal, and I didn't like it at all. So, you know, there was that. It was disappointing, but I mean, I did like the first half. It was creepy, but I really, really didn't like the reveal. So I think I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars, which, like I said, sad and disappointing, but I think it is what I'm gonna rate it. And then yeah, I did start Last Argument of Kings, and I only read 21 pages, so I have no thoughts about it. But this is the third book in the First Law series, so like the one after this one. And yeah, I'm very excited to read more of this book. Obviously, I don't think, like, I don't know how much I'll be able to read, because like I said, I am going to be with my friend tomorrow. Like, I'm gonna sleep over at her house, and then on Saturday I will be going to my parents' house. So yeah, like tomorrow and Saturday I probably will have either no time or barely any time to read. So I don't know how much progress I will be able to make in this book. So yeah, but I want to read it. I am excited. I am curious. But yeah, that's what happened in terms of reading. And then I don't know if anything else happened. I feel like I had something to say, but I forgot about it because like I didn't write it, and my memory is absolutely terrible. So I don't remember what it was, but I'm pretty sure that there was something I thought, oh, I need to talk about this in the vlog. And I forgot what it was. So that is... Oh, wait, I remembered. I think I said in the beginning of this video, like in the intro, that this week I was going to have like the last class, like those classes that I'm having. But actually I didn't, because it was postponed. So I actually didn't have the class. I will have the class, I think, next week. So yeah, actually I didn't have my last class. I had no class at all because yeah, it was canceled and like postponed to next week. So yeah, I still have more classes to attend to, which like these are fine. These are okay. I do like these, but I also like not having classes. So, But yeah, it is what it is. And yeah, like this week I did the experiment, like the technique that no one likes to do because it is very likely to not work. And actually it worked very well. So I guess I did bring the luck back to that specific lab, like about that specific experiment, because it seemed I had taken the luck away because the last one that I had worked with mine, but I brought it back. It's back. It all worked out. It worked extremely well, actually, shockingly. So yeah, I brought the luck back, and so the people who are gonna do it next week better still be lucky, because it works for me, so it has to work for them as well. And yeah, I don't really have anything else to update. I don't think. I don't know. Like I said, my memory is terrible. I might have 1,000 things to tell you and just I won't ever remember again. I will like remember when I'm editing and they'll be like, oh, that's what I wanted to say. But I never did and probably never will. That happens. I would say probably every week while I'm editing, I'd be like, oh, I wanted to say that specific thing, but I didn't. And like by the time I update the video next, I already don't remember it again. So I never end up saying the things that I wanted to say. But yeah, there's nothing else that I remember, but I'm excited about tomorrow. Very excited. Don't exactly know what we're gonna do. I think we might watch Moana 2, maybe. Also play some games, and who knows? Who knows? And so yeah, I will make some progress in this book, hopefully, and I will update you at some point over the weekend, either Saturday or, Sunday, the 2 days that are part of the weekend. Hello. So, it is actually Sunday night, which is much later than I expected to update you. But honestly, yesterday I didn't have time, but also I didn't have much to update. I mean, I don't have that much more today, but I'm here anyway. And like I've already come back here. I've gone to my parents' house. I've gone to my friend's house, I've gone to my parents' house, and I'm back here now. And yeah, I have some updates. I read 1/3 of Last Argument of Kings. I got to page 231, and I am absolutely loving this book. Like I'm loving every second. There is so much happening, like on various different areas with various different people. And everything's like, I'm very stressed about all of the plots because people are struggling, people are in danger, people are like in the middle of battles, and they don't even know if the help that they supposedly will get, like, will actually get there. So I'm very stressed, but I'm loving it because it's like wild. Things are happening constantly, and I am obsessed, and I really care about these characters, even though some of them I don't fully like. There's only one character that I like fully like. The others I have mixed feelings about, and the others I just hate, and I would rather they didn't survive. But yeah, even the ones that I have mixed feelings about, I want them to succeed and I want them to be okay. I was telling my friends today that the characters in this book remind me of the characters of Game of Thrones, the show. I didn't read the book. I assume they were similar, but I don't know. Because there were barely any characters that I just liked. Most of them I had like very mixed feelings about. But even those that I have mixed feelings about, I usually like wanted them to be okay. And that is kind of like what I feel towards most of these characters. And yeah, I'm loving it. I'm having a great time. It's being like very stressful, but like so good. And yeah, I'm obsessed. I am very curious and I'm very, like I said, concerned. And yeah, it's great. I still want to read a bit more of it tonight. I want to maybe get to page 300. That'd be great. And then yesterday when I was on the train going like to my parents' house, I actually started another book because I didn't want to be holding a like almost 700-page book. So I started reading a book on my Kobo, and that was A Dragon of Black Glass. I think I mentioned it in the intro of this vlog that I wasn't sure whether I was gonna read it or not, like start it, because it's a lot of fantasy, but I was feeling it, so I started. I only got 6% in because I didn't read like the entire train ride. I think I only started when like I already had like 30 minutes to go or something. So I think I read like 4 chapters or something. This book is also really long. It's also over 600 pages. So am I reading to over 600-page fantasy books? Yes. Is that a wise decision? I don't know. But yeah, I only made it 6% in, and this is the 3rd book in the Moonfall series. And basically, like in the beginning of the 1st book, there is a girl that has like, she foresees the future, and she foresees that like the world will end basically, and then she and 3 other characters, they are like now trying to save the world, and the world will end by like the moon falling, hence the series being called Moonfall. So they are trying to prevent that, and they have gotten into already a lot of fights in the other books, and we have learned a lot about like prophecies and stuff. And I think in the synopsis of this one, it said something about like a character having to sacrifice everything or having to lose everything, something like that. So I'm intrigued, and I do really like the characters of this book, and also obviously the plot. And there are a lot of like creatures, like magical creatures, that are also very cool to learn about. And yeah, this basically like this 6% that I read was kind of like recapping what happened in the previous book, which I appreciated because I didn't really remember much of it. So I definitely appreciated the recap because now I am ready to actually get into the story. But yeah, that's all I've read of this book. I didn't read any more of it after I got home. I just read this one. But yeah, that is all that I've read since I last talked to you. And at my friend's house, it was very fun. We had a lot of fun, and we did watch Moana 2, which like we liked, but we thought was kind of underwhelming, especially the songs. They weren't, they didn't hit like the songs from the first movie did. So we were kind of disappointed. Like, it was fine, it was okay, but it wasn't, the best thing ever. So yeah, that was that. And then we were like playing games and just talking for a long time. And then we started like watching another movie, but we fell asleep. I mean, I was like the second to fall asleep. We were pretty early on in the movie, but we didn't end up finishing the movie. Although I think they finished it like on Saturday, because I had to leave earlier because I still had to go to my parents' house because I had stuff to do there, and the others stayed like a bit longer, and like we were watching the movie when I left, so I assume they finished it. But yeah, that one seemed fun. I might actually, if I remember ever again to finish that movie, I might actually do it because it seemed pretty fun. It was also animation, and yeah, had a lot of fun. That's it. I think that's everything that has been going on. And like I said, I'm back here. It's Sunday night. It's 10:46. So all I'm gonna do tonight is just try to reach page 300 of this book and watch YouTube, I guess. And yeah, I will talk to you again tomorrow to wrap up this vlog. Okay, so it's Monday. I'm here to wrap up the vlog, and I did make it to page 300 last night. Actually 303 if you want to be specific, because that's where the chapter ended. And I continue to love this book, and I am now even more excited and even more stressed to what's gonna happen next, because like on the one hand things might be turning out better, but like in a bunch of other aspects things are going worse. So yeah, I'm concerned, but I am very excited because it is so good. I am so into this story and these characters and this world, and I'm very interested to see where it goes because this is the last book in the like first trilogy in this world, and I think it's the last book with these characters, so I'm very excited to see like how their stories end. I mean, I don't know if they still appear in other books, but it's still a conclusion because like it's the end of a trilogy, even if they do appear in other books, which like I said, I don't know if they do. But yeah, I'm very excited. I'm really liking it. And yeah, I am 40 something% into it and having a great time. And then I didn't read any more of A Dragon of Black Glass. I just confirmed that I read, in fact, 3 chapters while I was on the train, which, you know, isn't much, but that's the progress I've made this week, and that is all that I have read. And so just to wrap up all that I have read this week, I finished Before They're Hanged, I read The Night Guest, I started A Dragon of Black Glass, and I also started, obviously, Last Argument of Kings, and that was 730 pages, which is, like, still not as much as I would, like, want, you know, ideally, but it's, like, double the pages that I read, I mean, almost double the pages that I read last week when I was trying to not get in a reading slump. And, I mean, I did go to my friend's house, like, on Friday, so I didn't read it all on Friday, and then on Saturday I was like still at her house for, like during the morning, and then like I had my journey back to my parents' house, so I almost didn't have time to read on Saturday as well. So I'm still very happy with what I've read, is what I'm trying to say with all of this, and mostly because I am enjoying what I'm reading. I mean, The Night Guest was just okay, it was fine, I didn't really love it, I didn't really like it that much. But the rest, it went great. It is going great. And I think it's safe to say that I am out of my reading slump. Fingers crossed. And yeah, that is everything for this weekly reading vlog. So thank you so much for watching. I really hope that you have enjoyed it. And if you did, give it a like and subscribe. And I will talk to you next time. Bye!